Welcome back to AfriFreedom Channel, your #1 source for bold commentary on African politics, social justice. Disclaimer. This video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. In a time where silence is often the currency of survival, public servants speaking out against corruption, abuse of power, and wrongdoing is an act of revolutionary courage. Whistleblowers are not just employees, they are the final line of defense between accountability and impunity. Yet in many...
Thank you. The ATM.
Thank you, House Chair. As the ATM, we support the establishment of the ad hoc committee on the serious allegations that were made by General Mkhwanazi. Already we are seeing movement as some of the allegations are confirmed as we speak. We want to encourage all other public servants to speak out on all wrongdoings in the affairs of the state, and Parliament must be proactive and very responsive to all of the issues that are raised by the citizens, so that the citizens have confidence that Parliament does react and respond to their cries. And we want to put it very clearly, asijiki, General Mkhwanazi is us, and we are General Mkhwanazi. We must always stand with all of the public representatives that are against all of the wrongdoing that are happening in our country. It cannot be that an entire KZN police commissioner speaks out and we do nothing as a people. We must always stand with the people that are transparent and that are against all of the wrongdoings.
African countries, they are vilified, targeted, or even eliminated for telling the truth. Why must someone risk their life just to uphold integrity in public affairs? Why is truth so dangerous to those in power? Shouldn't a just society protect those who dare to expose injustice? Let's be honest, can a nation ever develop when its brave voices are silenced, while looters and manipulators are rewarded? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do we have the systems in place to truly protect whistleblowers, or is it all just for show? When we say the EFF is the future, you think we are joking. These words reflect a generational frustration, especially among youth, over slow reforms and the entrenchment of political elites. The economic freedom fighters, EFF, love them or hate them, represent a rising political tide against stagnation and neoliberal status quos.
Fight, fight, Hamasa. Fight, fight, Hamasa. Fight, fight, Hamasa. Fight, fight, Hamasa. Right, right, Hamasa. Right, right, Hamasa. Left, left, Hamasa. Left, left, Kuname. Shoot the poor, farmer. Shoot the poor, farmer. One direction, Hamasa. One direction, Hamasa. One direction, Hamasa. One direction, Hamasa. Come Garila, Hamasa. Come Garila, Hamasa. Come Garila, Hamasa. Come Garila, Hamasa. Son of Salam,
In South Africa, and indeed across much of Africa, young people are demanding transformation, land reform, economic justice, and a radical shift in political consciousness. The EFF's message is resonating because it speaks to deep-rooted frustrations about inequality, unemployment, and corruption. But this raises a deeper question: is the mainstream political class willing to relinquish the power structures that no longer serve the people? Or will they continue to mock and undermine emerging voices? Do you think African youth are ready to take over leadership? Or are we still trapped in fear of change? When Pastor Chris recently raised alarm over GMO foods, he wasn't merely talking about science, he was talking about sovereignty.
And then I told you about the GMO in foods and drinks. It's all part of the same plan. It's hunger based on artificial scarcity. They're creating the scarcity. They're creating the shortage of food. They're stopping the farmers from doing their work. Seizing lands and making sure that your lands cannot produce by polluting and damaging the soil with their fake fertilizers. Those fertilizers are not real fertilizers. They are destructions to the soil. That's what they're doing. And then lots of poisonous chemicals. This is the reason we're having juveniles having cancer. For God's sake, what's a 5-year-old having cancer for? Lots of people having cancer. There's more cancer in the world now than ever before. Why is this happening? They're making lifetime customers of sick people. I told you about the fraud with hypertension. First of all, they create the hypertension, they cause it. They do a lot of things. I told you about the corn. And a lot of products that corn is used for. And corn is a major cause of hypertension. Mostly in Africa and Asia. And I know we all love corn. We have lots of products with corn. So we became what? Easy targets. But guess what? We are very wise and very smart. Now we're not going to be eating their corn. Corn, bye. That's it. Leave corn for them. Be smart. Be smart. Be smart. Don't buy their sweet corn. Don't buy their corn. Don't buy the corn. Don't buy. Leave cornflakes alone. Your kids have been calling for cornflakes. That's poisonous. Let the cornflakes go. All those corn products, don't take them anymore. Don't take them. Leave them. They're dangerous to health. Listen, if your kids stop taking those cornflakes, they will be healthy. These are the things making the kids sick. The vaccinations, you know, they made it such, they got the governments to make sure that vaccination for babies was made compulsory. Vaccination for kids. By the time you're 2 years old or up to 6 years old, you've taken like 16 to 80 vaccines, depending on which country you're from. It's terrible. They made it compulsory. You can't go to school until you show signs or documents, evidence that you've been vaccinated. And these vaccines are just introduction of poisons into the human body. They decided years ago to make children from Africa and Asia sterile. But if you're in Europe or in America, don't start dancing yet. They've done it to many there also. So it's around the world because they said they only need 500 million people on earth. And all the other billions of people should be killed. And this is no joke. They're serious. And that's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. So leave the corn products for them. You have to act. You have to refuse.
Spread of genetically modified organisms across Africa is not just about agriculture. It's about control over seeds, control over land, and ultimately, control over people. Farmers are being pushed out, traditional farming systems are being dismantled, and entire communities are becoming dependent on foreign biotech corporations. At the same time, we are witnessing a disturbing rise in chronic illnesses, especially among children. Cancer, kidney failure, developmental disorders. Is this the price of feeding the world? Are we really feeding our people, or are we poisoning our future in the name of profit? Why is Africa, so rich in natural agricultural heritage, now facing manufactured food scarcity? And most importantly, who benefits when African land is seized and African children suffer? Let us know in the comments, do you support or oppose GMO food in Africa? Is the continent being used as a dumping ground for dangerous experiments? The truth is, Africa stands at a crossroads. Between silence and resistance. Between stagnation and change. Between submission and sovereignty. The voices of whistleblowers, the rise of new political movements, and the struggle for food independence are all part of one larger fight, the fight for freedom and dignity on our own terms. This isn't just news, it's a call to consciousness. Let us continue to question, to learn, to resist, and to build a future rooted in justice, truth, and the unshakable power of the African spirit. Until next time, stay informed, stay bold, and never forget, our voice is our power.